Let's start with your name.
Hi, I'm Joe Wyckoff.
And why are you here today, Joe?
I'm here to support Ukraine for a variety of reasons. First of all, I was in the Army, learned to be a Russian linguist, intelligence operator of one sort or another, and the Soviet Union is my long-standing enemy of decades. And Putin represents the worst of the Soviet Union. So that's reason one. That's the personal piece. I have been in Ukraine many times with the California Army National Guard, which has a partnership with Ukraine, has and had a partnership with Ukraine. So the California Army National Guard has trained a variety of Ukrainian soldiers in NATO mechanisms, right? Tactics, techniques, and procedures at a variety of levels, from the soldier level on up to staff levels. And so I've participated in that because, again, Russian linguist. Started learning Ukrainian in the 90s when Ukraine was a nuclear power, during that brief year or two that Ukraine was a nuclear power, because, well, that's important, right? They could be the friend or they could be the enemy. So that's when I started learning Ukrainian, 1991 more or less. And then finally, on my many visits to Ukraine, I made friends there. And yeah, it's personal in that regard. I have known people that have died, both in the so-called ATO, anti-terrorism operation, since 2014, and in the current war, right? So that's why I'm here, to support Ukraine. Now, at a macro level, Ukraine is important to the world, maybe not so important to the United States, but to the world and to Europe, and that makes it important to the United States. Ukraine has a large supply. Actually, what's probably really in play here is the petroleum supplies represented by the Black Sea and the Azov Sea, the offshore of Crimea, that were discovered after Ukraine got its independence from the Soviet Union. And that's probably the money grab that Putin's after in the long term. But Ukraine is important for grains, right? Wheat, for example. A lot of their grains go to Africa. That saves people's lives in Africa, the Middle East. But some of it even makes its way to the U.S. Ukraine is a major producer of rapeseed, which we know as canola oil. Ukraine is, and well, was, let's say, big in iron. That's the Donbass has iron and coal and a variety of other mineral resources. And so while the U.S. is largely independent in all of those domains, the rest of the world is not. And Putin's war has caused inflation in the U.S. by causing inflation worldwide.